So what happens if you realize that, like, oh my gosh, I have been operating as an unframed man? Like, can this even be corrected? Because if you are in a dead bedroom situation, I almost guarantee there's some level of reverse polarity dynamic going on in your relationship. Can it be corrected? And the answer is yes. But she's probably just not going to hand you over the keys of leadership and being like, okay, here you go. She's probably going to fight you because right now she thinks like what you're trying to do is a bad thing. And this is far from the case. You are actually seeking to give her what she needs, which is to bear more responsibility within the relationship, which alleviates the stresses in her life. So how do you convince her that your intent is good? What I would recommend is to do what my husband does, which he calls sell them the ticket. And many of you probably know, because I talk about my husband a lot and the fact that he's in law enforcement, we all know that nobody likes to get a ticket. Everyone's pissed off they're pulled over. And so what he does is he has a goal that by the end of the event, that they will thank him for giving him a ticket. And so his strategy on this is that he paints a picture in which things could have been way worse. So let's say somebody was going 25 miles over the speed limit. What he does is he will paint the picture of, hey, you were going 25 miles over the speed limit. You had no proof of insurance. You weren't wearing your seatbelt. This is what I'm going to do for you today. I'm going to reduce this amount. This should save you probably $200 to $400. Your insurance won't have a problem now. You won't have to go through driving school. All you have to do is then just pay the ticket, and there's going to be no long-term consequences to your insurance by me doing this. So not only is he letting them know that they're getting a break, he is then painting the picture of what that break does for them. All these long-term things that they might not even thought about. He paints the picture of how much money he's saving them. And so by the end of the ticket, they're like so glad because they realize how much worse their situation could have been. So maybe you can try that strategy with your wife, in which you paint the picture to where handing over the reins of responsibility within the relationship is something that benefits her not only now, but in the future. So sell her on the idea of how much relief and how much burden is going to be lifted off of her shoulders. And if that doesn't work, you can just calmly but simply reinforce that this is how things are going to be moving forward. And you would love her support, but you're not asking. And she might fight it even so much that she threatens to divorce you. In that case, just remain calm and say, well, I hope that's not what you decide. Because what she's doing when she's trying to threaten divorce is she is trying to make you acquiesce. And it's essentially a shit test. But when you get unruffled by her extreme reaction, that's actually going to reassure her. And she's likely just not going to do anything. And then if she decides to file divorce, then she's probably a woman you wouldn't want to be married to. Now, guys, I know that when you have been operating in a female-led relationship for so long, taking back the reins of responsibility and proper male leadership in your home sounds impossible. But just like you're going to ask your wife to trust you, I'm asking you to trust me. There is no way around a reversed masculine-feminine dynamic that can lead to a strong, healthy sex life. This has to be corrected. There's no other way around it. But even if she agrees and seems to be okay with the idea of this, be prepared for those shit tests. These are going to come from her as this dynamic slowly turns around and reverses. You will notice that they will slow down as she starts to finally breathe and relax and be that soft, feminine woman that she had suppressed for so long.